Welcome to PT Dan's educational videos. Yesterday I was watching a movie about how dams are built and the structure of dams and what the actual dam walls look like and why they're designed in specific ways. And knowing a lot about the human body, I found a very, very close similarity. So let me talk to you a little bit about dams, then I'll relate it back to the human body and specifically why our vertebra looks in a specific way. Just say this is the water level, right? So that's the water level. We build a dam wall this way. The dam wall doesn't go straight. The dam wall gets thicker as it gets to the bottom. The reason why the dam wall gets thicker as it gets to the bottom is because the top of the wall, so let's just separate it in three different sections. The top of the wall only has to hold a small amount of water, such as this airy space on top. The second section of the dam needs to hold a little bit more water. The third part of the dam on the bottom needs to hold even more water, such as the entire lot. So as you go deeper and deeper and deeper, the pressure of water gets higher and higher, and that adds more pressure to the walls. So the thin wall on the bottom only has to hold a small amount of water. The second part of the dam needs to hold more water, and the bottom of the dam needs to hold the entire dam. So as the pressure gets more and more, the weight of the water sitting on top of one another makes it heavier and heavier and heavier. So the structure of the dam wall needs to coincide with how much water pressure there is. Therefore, the thickness of the wall gets thicker and thicker and thicker as it gets to the bottom. Now what I realized, something that's quite fascinating about this in comparison to the human body. If you look at your spinal column and your vertebra, it goes in three different sections. So let's just call this your cervical, thoracic, and lumbar vertebra. Your cervical vertebrae on the very, very top only needs to support your head. Your head only weighs around about 7 pounds. So your cervical vertebra is actually quite small. Your thoracic vertebrae that sits in the middle of your body and the most amount of bones that sit in the middle now has to support this amount of weight. Now, because now supports more weight, your thoracic vertebrae needs to be thicker and larger than your cervical. Your lumbar vertebrae that sits right down the bottom of your body needs to support the entire weight of your upper body. All the body weight from your pelvis up sits on your lumbar vertebrae. So what happens is your lumbar vertebrae now must be bigger, fatter and thicker and stronger than all the others. And that's exactly what your vertebrae looks like. As you go deeper and further down from your cervical, thoracic and lumbar vertebrae, you'll notice the size of your vertebra gets bigger and bigger and bigger, just like the dam wall. What else I found really quite fascinating is right down the bottom of your vertebrae you'll find your cervix and coccyx. And these bones down here are actually the biggest, fattest and thickest. Now a couple of centuries ago, what you'll tend to notice is all those bones used to be in your cervix and coccyx used to be separated and have multiple bones. Where today you're actually born with multiple bones, but at a very, very early age, the human body is now designed to get those bones fused together into one big strong one. Why? Because that's the very, very bottom of your vertebra that needs to support your entire upper body weight. So those lower bones get fused together. In fact, unfortunately, there's a disease called spondylolisthesis, which happens right down the bottom of your lumbar vertebra, where these bones, through age and through disease, become so brittle, and there's so much pressure on the bottom that these bones, your lumbar vertebrae on the bottom, actually fuse together, and 2 vertebrae become 1, and 3 become 1, and eventually 4 become 1, and we get a lot of vertebra problems that cause inflexibility, nerve damage and nerve pain, etc. So there's a little bit of insight into the vertebra. So with the dam, as you go deeper underwater, there's more water pressure, and obviously you'll feel this by the pressure on your body as you swim deeper and deeper underwater, because there's now more weight of water sitting on top of you. So dams are built to become heavy, thicker and thicker walls as they get to the bottom, and your vertebrae in your body is designed in the exact same way. So as you look at your cervical, thoracic and the lumbar vertebrae on the bottom, they get thicker and thicker and thicker to support our body weight.